All right, now that we know all that, let's find a model. For the rest of this process, we'll be working on a computer to find a model, get it ready to print, and actually submit it. You can follow along as I do the steps if you'd like, and by the end of class, you'll have your first model ready to print. But if you're not sure what you want to print, you can go ahead and just watch these videos to learn, and then come back to them when you do have a specific model that you want to get ready. So in order to print something, we have to have something to print. So the question is, where do we get a 3D model? As we mentioned, you can make one yourself with 3D design software. That's not something we'll cover in the class, but if you want to do that, go right ahead. But instead, for this, we are going to find a 3D model that somebody else has already made, and we are going to download that, get it ready to print, and then submit it. So there are lots of websites where you can do this, but the one we recommend starting with is Thingiverse. Thingiverse is a big library of 3D models that people have made and uploaded for anyone to print for free. We can search for items we want and browse through the options. So I can search for wrench, and a whole bunch of options come up. And I could search for cookie cutter, and a whole bunch of options come up. The point that I want to make is that if there's something you want to print, it's really likely that somebody else has already made a model for it, and you can actually probably just find it and download it and use their model, or maybe make some tweaks to it rather than having to start entirely from scratch. As an example model for us to use for today, I will just go ahead and search for a model of a dog. And we get a bunch of results, and actually I like the look of this polygon fox, so I'll go ahead and click that. So if you find a model that you do want to use, you click on it, and it takes you to that specific model. You can click on some different pictures of it to see whatever pictures of the model the person uploaded to see what it looks like. And if I want to actually download this 3D file, I will click on Thing Files, and then there it is, fox.stl. And I'll go ahead and click download. And now STL is just one of the file types that 3D models come in. There's a few other common ones. OBJ, so a file that ends in .obj is another really common one. Either of those work. Today we've got an STL. So to make sure it downloaded, I can click on the computer's folder and go to downloads. And sure enough, there it is for Fox. So you'll want to look probably in your downloads folder or wherever it is that you have your computer set up to download files. So we know that it downloaded, so that's good. But let's look at another example. So let me go back to the cookie cutter example. So in this cookie cutter file, if I click on Thing Files, you see that they have a different file for each individual cookie cutter. So then you could go ahead and download just the ones you wanted and put them together and upload them. The point here is that not all models are just one single file. Sometimes people have broken things up into parts, and then you can download all the parts you want or just print certain parts of it. So we found and downloaded our Fox model, so let's go ahead and get started with that one.